Bringing you another Diablo 4 video. And Diablo 4, happy launch day, everybody. Yes, I know it is June 5th. However, Blizzard just announced that tonight at 7 o'clock, or whatever time zone you are, but tonight, Diablo 4, the full version of Diablo 4 releases for those of you that didn't get the Ultimate or Deluxe Edition, but bought the Standard Editions. Diablo 4 will be released tonight. And as you can see, I had the Deluxe Edition, so Diablo 4 actually released on June 1st for me and my cousin. And we're both very excited. I've been playing this quite a lot, actually, because I wanted to see what the other acts were. I wanted to see the Paragon. I wanted to see all my ultimate skills, the key passives, everything. Now I didn't get to level 50 yet, so I can't show you guys the Paragon path that I selected as the Paragon points because I'm only level 48. The max level is level 100. That is the max. However, once you reach level 50, you unlock the Paragon board, and if you go beyond level 50, you won't get any more skill points. So, however build you want, what you're gonna have to do is spend your skill points wisely to help you with whatever build you're doing. Because after level 50, you won't get any more skill points. And then to do renowns and stuff like that. Do side quests, do strongholds, especially the strongholds. The strongholds give you the most renowns. So I would do the strongholds first, and then probably side dungeons and the altars of Lilith. Those are very, very important because they increase your stats and they are account bound. So it's very important to try and find all the altars of Lilith in all 6 acts. Yes, I did say 6 acts because it's been confirmed that this Diablo 4 has 6 acts compared to Diablo 3 that had 5. So it's going to take a while to beat this game because there's just so much to do. There's side dungeons, there's side quests, and if you're trying to be a completionist, it's going to take you probably well over 200 or 300 hours to do everything in this game. At first, I wanted to do the completionist, but then I thought that that's probably going to take me way too long to do. So each area I do, what I'm going to try to do for each area is I'll try to get the +1 potent capacity and the skill points because I'm on wheelchair 1, so I can do those. And I can't do the last 2 until I unlock wheelchair 3, which means I can't do those until I beat the game and then beat the capstone dungeon on wheelchair 2 to unlock wheelchair 3. So there's a lot I gotta do to get everything. I tried to get everything in Fractured Peaks. The only thing I had left to do was get the last dungeon, which was the 23rd dungeon. I found and completed the first 22, but then I couldn't find the last one, so I looked up a map and it said the 23rd dungeon, spoiler alert, was in Cor Valar. However, that was a capstone dungeon, and I couldn't complete that dungeon until I beat the game, which kind of sucks. So I couldn't get everything. It's probably going to be like that for the other areas as well. So yeah, that's a good way to level up and get experience and get good loot is to do side dungeons, to do side quests, try to get renown rewards and stuff like that. So that's very, 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 very important. So, and like I said, altars of Lilith. Me specifically, I'm gonna go for every single altars of Lilith. Find as much as I can, and then I'll beat the game, and then I'll probably go back and get the rest of the altars of Lilith before I start a new character. So, yeah. My main choice is the rogue. As you can see, that's the name of the video. I'm gonna show you get the Shadow Rogue, the update to the Shadow Rogue build. it's an update from the beta rogue that I had. Yes, I had to start over, which not a big deal because I pretty much remember all the skills that I used. Um, my next character is going to be the Ice Sorcerer. I showed that as well, so I update the Ice Sorcerer, and I think my third character is probably going to be the Necromancer, and I heard the Barbarian is actually doing really really well. I heard about that, but I honestly didn't like the Barbarian all that much, so I think I'm just going to stick with those three, where I'll have a Rogue, a Necromancer, and a Sorcerer at my three characters, but the Rogue and my main. Alright, so we're gonna go over the gear first, and then specializations, and then abilities. So, first thing we're gonna do is, I'm gonna go over the gems, actually. So, in our weapons, we're gonna have emeralds. In our jewelry here, we're gonna want the skulls here, because what the skulls do is, as you can see, if you put it in your armor, you get healing received, which is pretty good. And then you want to have sapphires in your armor. And you can see right there that putting sapphires in here will you'll get damage reduction while fortified. So that's pretty good. I think you want that. However, I heard if you put rubies in here, it increases your maximum life. So if you put rubies in here, it increases maximum life. So I might switch that out. And I heard putting diamonds in your jewelry, you get resistance to elements. You know, resistances to all the elements. So I'm probably gonna want that once I get some slotted jewelry here. And then instead of the weapon, you want a topaz. I think topaz was basic skill damage. I think they said it was for the topaz. So we'll have to look at that. But anyway, when it comes to gear, you don't really need anything specific. Like I said, I haven't gotten too far into the game. I haven't gotten any like uniques or anything like that. However, I'm looking for vulnerable damage. So like the Mangler's Archon Helm gives me a chance to daze my enemies when I hit a vulnerable enemy. Like I said, not really anything specific. Then I got Ghostwalker Warlord boots while unstoppable, increasing my movement speed when I become unstoppable. So nothing really all that bad. Then I got a legendary bow, Shadow Slicer battle bow. You know, I'm not using dash, but I have this equipped anyway because it was better than just a normal bow. And I did put an emerald in here because it increases your critical strike damage to vulnerable enemies, and I'm always making vulnerable enemies. And then I got a couple of these. This one I really like. I do recommend, not this ring in specific, but like any ring or any legendary that has the aspect on it to where your marksman skills have up to a 10% chance of creating the arrow storm at the enemy's location, dealing 398 physical damage over 3 seconds. You can have up to 5 active arrow storms. That's really good. I really like that one. That was a good aspect for me. And then I did happen to get the trick shot. I thought it was just on the bow, but I got this ring from doing a dungeon, and it was a trick shot. So, because I'm using penetrating shot, I wanted to get this. That way, it shoots out 2 additional arrows put off to either side. So I'm shooting penetrating shot in all directions, which is really good. So definitely, you want to get trick shot. It could either be trick shot circle, trick shot bow, trick shot something. As long as it says trick shot, and you got that aspect for penetrating shot, because it is a penetrating shot build, you're gonna want that. That's very, very important to the build. And then of course I got the Vigos protecting the amulet, just like I did in the beta. You know, you get this from doing after finishing Act 1, you get this amulet, and I do recommend having this equipped until Until you probably get a unique amulet or something like that that somehow would be better than this. And the reason why I have this equipped is because of the aspect. So, like, if an enemy hits you and you're not at 100% health, a barrier surrounds you and you become invulnerable. You become immune to just about everything. So you can just wail on the enemies and try to kill them before the barrier goes away. So that's very helpful in survivability. So, like I said, nothing really specific as it comes to gear. You know, it's just you basically just want to look for this aspect, the penetrating shot aspect for any of the gear, and anything that says trick shot and gives you that aspect, you want that equipped because that's going to help in the build. Next is specializations. You start off with combo points until you, you unlock specializations at level 15, and you start out with combo points. At level 20, you unlock inner sight. Now, they did nerf inner sight to where, you have to wait 4 seconds after having the unlimited energy. You have to wait 4 seconds now. It's not like how it was before, but it's still good, very crucial for the build. I did have preparation on before. I unlocked that at level 30, and that was okay, but every 100 energy I spend reduces my ultimate skills cooldown by 4 seconds, and if I use it, it resets the cooldown of all my other skills. You know, I kept running out of energy all the time, so it wasn't really all that good. So I went back to inner sight after having preparation unlocked. So keep inner sight equipped. All right, now for the big boy, the abilities. All right, now in the beta, I started off with twisting blades and invigorating strike. I started off with invigorating strike first. But then I thought, there must be a way to do a ranged primary attack. Well, that's where this comes in. Puncture. And you want puncture because it makes the enemies, due to the modifiers that I have. So you want puncture, max that all the way to level 5, enhanced puncture, and then fundamental puncture, which makes you throw 3 blades in a spread, and then hitting an enemy with at least 2 blades at once makes them vulnerable for 2 seconds. So puncture is really good. You're gonna want puncture. And then you unlock the core skills, and we're gonna max out penetrating shot because that is the main thing of this whole entire build. And then you're going to want enhanced penetrating shot to increase the damage per enemy it pierces, and improved penetrating shot to have a 20% chance of critical strike chance when your penetrating shot hits at least 3 enemies. So that's really good. You're really gonna want that. Next, we come down to agility skills. You're going to want to put 3 points in weapon mastery, increase the damage. You're going to want 5 points in shadow step, because shadow step makes you unstoppable, and you get to increase your critical strike chance, and you also stun your enemies for 2.1 seconds. So shadow step is really good. You can use dash as well if you want to, but we went with shadow step because shadow step makes you unstoppable. Come down here to the subterfuge skills. You're going to put 1 point in exploit, again, another damage increase. 1 point in malice for an increase to vulnerable damage. You're going to want to max out Dark Shroud. Dark Shroud is really good for cooldown and damage reduction. Enhanced Dark Shroud, 10% chance to not be consumed. And countering Dark Shroud to increase the critical strike chance. Then we come to imbuement skills. You're going to want 2 points in precision imbuement. We're probably going to max that out once we get some more skill points doing the renowned stuff. So like I said, you can get more skill points from the renowned. So that's what we're going to do. And then you're going to want to spend some points in Shadow Crash, which increases the shadow damage. So you're going to want that. And Consuming Shadows Each time you kill an enemy with shadow damage, you generate 10 energy. So we get energy back when we kill enemies with shadow damage. So that's really nice. We got 1 point in shadow imbuement. I gotta put more points in shadow imbuement, and then enhanced shadow imbuement and blended shadow imbuement, which is really good. We're gonna want all that. Then the ultimate skills, we're using Death Trap. I was able to get to Death Trap, so definitely put that on because look at that damage, 2,632. That's really, really good. And Prime Death Trap, where the enemies are pulled in, and then Supreme Death Trap. If Death Trap goes to the enemy, its cooldown is reduced by 10 seconds. So that's really nice. And then we're going to want 3 points in Trap Mastery. Again, increases the critical strike chance against vulnerable enemies. So that's really good. And then we're going to want 3 points in Aftermath. So after you use an ultimate skill, you restore 75 energy. So you get that energy back every time you use Death Trap. Very, very nice. I didn't spend any points in any of this. Yeah, I didn't spend any points in that. And then these are the key passives. This is the last unlocked tree, and we went to Victimize, because when you deal direct damage to a vulnerable enemy, it has up to a 30% chance to cause an explosion, dealing 23% of the original damage to them and surrounding enemies. So that's Victimize we're going to really, really want. I don't know if it was Exposure, Victimize. Precision might be good. Precision might be really, really good. Close quarters combat, momentum. I might want to go with precision. So let's refund all of these. So if we refund these, we get 50 points back. So this way, I'll show you guys what we did. So we went with puncture. Then we went with enhanced puncture. Primary puncture. And we went with fundamental. And then after that, we unlocked the core skills. And we went with penetrating shot, an enhanced penetrating shot. And then we went with improved penetrating shot. Then we went to Shadow Step, enhanced Shadow Step, and methodical. Okay, we did all that. And then we put 3 points in weapon mastery, subterfuge skills. We went with Dark Shroud, enhanced Dark Shroud, countering Dark Shroud, and then we went with exploit, and then we went with malice. So we unlocked these guys. Then we went with shadow imbuement, enhanced shadow imbuement, then we went with blended shadow imbuement. Then we went with precision, and this and this. And we went to ultimate skills. We got Death Trap, this one, and this one. So that was always good. Trap Mastery. We did want that. Let's see here. We got Aftermath. And key passives. And we're going to go with precision for our key passives. So that leaves us with 15 more to spend. So we're gonna go back up here, and let's max those out. max all of those out. So we're down to 7 now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's go back over here. So let's there we go. Okay. So like I said, we'll just have to get some more skill points to max out puncture and max out penetrating shot. It will be good. So that's the build. I hope you liked and enjoyed. This is Big G, and I will see you later.